I'm an artist, Leonard Koscianski. Welcome to my studio. This is where I spend my time every day painting pictures. Um, I have three children, and they coach me. And they told me, Dad, just be conversational. Don't lecture. This isn't painting class. This is a YouTube video. Don't lecture. And don't overthink it. Just do it. So, okay, we'll give that a try. I'm going to try. We'll just do it. I'll just talk to you in a very conversational tone. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, Parma, Ohio, just south of Cleveland. There's Parma. And in the summertime, when it was hot, we would go to the municipal pool, the Ridgewood Pool. And there's the pool across from the mall, across from the shopping center. And that's where we spent our afternoons, just hanging out and swimming and having a great time, giving our mothers a break, and having lots of fun. Decades later, I'm in my studio working on my sketchbook, and all of a sudden this drawing starts just falling off the tip of my pen. It's like I'm not even in control. I'm not responsible. It's just happening. It's like I'm witnessing my hand make this drawing without me actually being in charge. It was a gift. And it only took me about an hour to make. So after that, I thought, well, that's great, but I need to do some variations and figure out some details, and no. I did the drawing on the right, and I did some more drawings, It was like, no, Leonard, this is the painting. This is what you will paint. And said, okay, I will paint it. And so I got to work. I took that drawing. I put a couple of bikes over on the left-hand side, and I put a fence around the pool, but then I drew a pencil grid over the top of the drawing so I could blow it up to a 30 by 40 inch canvas, and I got to work. And even while I was painting, it was like I wasn't really even in charge. I'm not a figure painter, and yet this painting is full of figures, and they're just happening, and I'm really happy that they are. And I think the painting turned out well, but I really don't take credit for it because it's almost like it was given to me from outside myself, and I was just sort of a channel that it went through on its way to completion. Now, the focus of the painting is, of course, the kids in the pool. And they're having fun. And so this was kind of an opportunity for me to include some portraits of my brothers and I in the summertime. I have three brothers. There are four boys in my family. Leonard, Ronald, James, and John, known to the world as Rusty, Butch, Skip, and Jack. Now, there's me. I'm Rusty. I'm the oldest. There's Butch. He's my next in line, my younger brother. He's the most competitive. There's Skip. He's the most mischievous, but he's also the funniest and the most fun. And here he is, of course, causing mischief in the pool, and the lifeguard is blowing her whistle at him. And there's Jack, the baby of the family. Now, he's not a baby anymore. In fact, he's the biggest and muscliest of all of us. Now, we grew up in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, and there's the Cleveland skyline in the distance. Cleveland was a city of steel mills and oil refineries and automobile plants. That's why it's such a prosperous city. That's why our art museum is one of the best art museums in the world. Now, my grandparents all came from Poland, and my grandfather, Ignatius, worked in the steel mills. They had to live within walking distance because they had to walk to work or take the bus. People didn't have cars. Here's my grandfather's boat ticket from Europe to America. And he came here in late April 1910. Now, with my parents' generation, they all had cars, so they moved to the suburbs, in our case, Parma, Ohio. And here we can see the suburbs. And there in the foreground is the pool, the Parma Pool office. And with the boys' dressing room on one side and the girls' dressing room on the other. Now, this is an oil painting, and it's a very physical medium. And the way I do it is, in order to create the textures that I'm after, I first underpaint them with white paint and then use the brush to create the texture of the concrete. And then I use white paint to create the fluid texture of the water in the pool. And then I dotted the paint on for the edge of the pool. Then when that white paint was dry, then I glazed thin layers of gold or blue to create the colors that would represent those materials. Now, oil paint is a physical material. Oil paintings are objects. So in order for us to really appreciate them, it's important that we see them in person, that we go to art museums, we go to art galleries, and look at oil paintings in person to fully appreciate them. Pictures in books and pictures online really don't do them justice. Here's the finished painting. It took me about 3 months to paint, and summer in the city. And because I'm a professional artist, I'm not a hobbyist, it's important for that painting to fulfill its purpose by going out into the world and enriching the world and the people in it. So the first step, the first stage on its journey out into the world is to first go to a serious art gallery. In this case, the Willott Gallery out in California, where the painting was seen by hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And they sold it to a collector who hung it in his home. Now this collector has children. And those children, you'll never guess what those children do. They're into competitive swimming. So here this painting has gone full circle from starting with swimming and ending up with swimmers. My children coach me, and they insist that I ask you to like, subscribe, share this video, write comments. Dad, make them subscribe. Well, how do I do that? Well, I don't know, but please help me out here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.